Coming up at 9 o'clock, the L Division Finals between South Catholic of Hartford and Naugatuck High School, right here on Channel 8. Hand High School in the white uniforms here. 55, Dave Freeze will be jumping for Hand. Stepping into the circle for St. Paul, Mark Pelletier, the 6'2 junior. St. Paul in the dark blue uniforms, red and white trim. The tap of the second half controlled by St. Paul. Pelletier back to Corbin in the corner. Majewski, Mark Noon. Hand. Bobby Islip out in front there. Oshenko, number 23, also completes the St. Paul starting lineup in the second half as Corbin handles the basketball. Mark Noon. And he hits. Oh, this youngster, I'll tell you, he's dead eye. Dead eye. 5-point lead, 36-31. St. Paul over Hand of Madison. The M Division Championship.
Had a chance to take a quick word with Gary Palladino, coach of St. Paul's. He said, we're going to get deliberate this half. Wait for our good shots.
I'm just going to remark on that, Bob. It looked like they were slowing it down and becoming very deliberate. Rebound shot is good by Freeze of Hand. Dave Freeze, the 6'6 senior. 10 points for him, 36-33. St. Paul's lead, 3 points. Corbin taking his time coming across, shows the behind the back dribble. Bobby Islip right with him. From the side, no good. Majewski shot off, and with the rebound. And we will have traveling called and double dribble, both at the same time.
Only gets one penalty on that, I guess.
Just couldn't control it after making the recovery.
Just want to point something out for our Channel 8 viewers. Under the basket, number 42 for Hand, Jeff Farmer. Number 24, Mark Noon. Really knocking each other around. Elbows flying, bodies flying.
Corbin from 18, Ryan Corbin. 8 points for him, 38-33. St. Paul's lead is 5 points here in the third quarter with 6:18 remaining as Islip brings it across for Hand. McNamara from outside across the rim. Farmer with a rebound. Whistle, however, underneath, and a foul is called against St. Paul's John Majewski. His second personal foul, first team foul in the second half. St. Paul's has one team foul.
You would think with the lack of height that St. Paul's had, they would not go to that full court press right at the beginning, because with that height, you know, Hand can throw the ball over them. But they play such a tight press and full court press that Hand has been bottled up most of the night, except for a big spurge in the second quarter.
And St. Paul using that triangle zone of theirs right now. This shot, St. Paul with the ball. Working it outside now. Majewski from the corner, in and out. Rebound taken down by Hand. Dave Freeze. Dave Freeze, by the way, has been accepted at Dartmouth. He's the president of the Student Council, National Honor Society, at Hand High School, and a member of the board of directors of the Youth Drug Program in Madison. As Castle's shot is off the mark for Hand, Noon has the ball knocked away from them by Bobby Islip. Bobby Islip with the quick hands for Hand. And Hillbacher won those boards. Type of game that everybody expected it to be. Shot is off the mark by Oshenko, and Hand comes down with that rebound again. Farmer worked the left side. Off the rim, Castle goes up for the rebound. It is good, says referee John Fontana, and a foul is called. Foul is called on Pelletier, St. Paul, the 6'2 junior. Picks up his first foul of the ball game, and now it's 38-35. St. Paul out in front by 3, and Terry Cassell with a chance to narrow it to 2. His first trip to the foul line tonight. He makes it. 3-point play. The 5'10 sophomore. For Hand to St. Paul in this second half, being very deliberate in the third period. A little bit more wide open in the first half. Mark Noon with the basketball. The young man with the hot hands tonight. Bank shot no good, off the mark by Oshenko. Up with the rebound is good. Frank Oshenko, the 6'1 junior, and it's 40-36. St. Paul out in front by 4.
St. Paul really bothering with that full court press.
Majewski was on Kessel, and then he drops off now. McNamara picked up by Noon. Mark Noon steals. Comes down one-on-one with Islip. Banks it off and in. Oh, this youngster, what shots, though. The percentage shooting by Noon.
And the crowd loves it from St. Paul. Great contingent from Bristol here to watch their hometown favorites in this Class M championship. We're happy to bring it to you on Channel 8.
Bobby Islip double team now. St. Paul in the zone. Cassell shoots over it. No good. Goes after that rebound. Out of bounds they go. Whose ball? Okay. It'll be hand basketball. Touched last by St. Paul. Jeff Farmer will put it in play. 42-36. St. Paul out in front. Cassell goes out of the lineup. Coming back in is Brendan Van Deventer of Hand, the 6'5 junior who has 3 fouls. Handling the ball now. Goes to the baseline to McNamara, but no basket. A foul is called on Pelletier of St. Paul. The 6'2 junior records his second personal foul.
Good shot that time of referee John, might add.
Farmer with the inbound pass. Corner shot is off the mark by Van Deventer. Jeff Farmer goes after it. Oshenko on him, back out. Now Bobby Islip will set it up again. St. Paul in that zone. Low to Dave Freeze. It is good. Dave Freeze, the 6'6 senior, picks up his 12th point of the night so far. 42-38, 4-point margin. St. Paul of Bristol out in front.
I think you're going to have to see more of that type of stuff. Freeze 6'6", towers above everyone by at least 4 inches.
Look at the shooting by Mark Noon as he hits again. 24 points for Mark Noon with 3:05 remaining in the third period. 44-38. St. Paul leading by 6. And Deventer, he hits for Hand. That's his third field goal of the ball game. His first of the third period. 44-40 as the lead is 4. Now they double team. Does Hand, and we'll have a jump ball. Jeff Farmer, a little bit of the football player, came out of the net.
Looked like he was going for the fumble that time. Farmer has really picked this team up as far as the boards are concerned. Jeff Farmer, the 6'3 senior, throwing his weight around on the boards, trying to intimidate Noon, but Noon just shoots over him, goes back to the outside.
Fierce competitor. Okay, we have a whistle going in the circle. Does St. Paul, so it'll be Hand basketball. Hand trailing by 4 with 2:48 left in this third period. 44-40. And Deventer shooting over his man. No good. Rebound is up there by Dave Freeze. Dave Freeze. 14 points for Dave Freeze.
Okay, for Freeze, second time in a row he's gone in deep, and you'll see Hand do a lot more of that. They've got to start taking advantage of their height as they did in the second quarter when they pulled to within 3 points of St. Paul's.
Corbin with the basketball for St. Paul as the St. Paul cheering section comes alive. Mark Noon, that he misses. That's been a rarity tonight. Mid-court pass to Hand. Then Deventer comes down the lane. He's up there with it. And look at that crowd.
Wow.
It's a tie ball game at 44. 2 minutes in the third period remaining. St. Paul misses the shot. Mark Noon just fires it up, no good. Rebound is taken down by Freeze of Hand. Lead pass to midcourt. McNamara with the ball. Corbin picks him up. Go to Freeze. He hits again on a good pass. Dave Freeze, and look at that Hand crowd from Madison as they go out in front 46-44. What a comeback. And timeout is called by St. Paul. With timeout on the court, the score is Hand 46, St. Paul 44.
Well, the score, 8 fans here from Hand High of Madison and also from St. Paul's of Bristol cheering their team on, and they've come to see quite a basketball game. 46-44 the score. Hand out in front, 1:28 left to go in the third period.
Okay, let's see what it's going to be. St. Paul with the basketball. Corbin takes the inbound pass. 1:25 left in the third quarter. Hand out in front. Hand in the white uniforms if you've just joined us. St. Paul in the dark blue uniforms with the red and white trim. Ryan Corbin handling the ball. Coming out there, guarding him, Van Deventer, 6'5 junior, number 53. They get it to the baseline to Noon. In and out now as Noon has missed his last 3 shots after hitting almost everything he threw up. Okay, Hand now in that corner. McNamara, who's been a bull on the boards, and then offense as he hits again. Mark McNamara. 6 field goals, 12 points, and now it's Hand who goes out in front by 4, 48-44. Now keep in mind, as we pointed out earlier, St. Paul is a team which is so used to coming from behind and nail-biting decisions in the end. As the foul is called on Hand's Bobby Islip, the 5'10 senior, his second foul of the ball game.
Second personal foul. And that's what.
So you pointed out something very important. This St. Paul's team does not rattle for the. Look at the games they've been through, winning 4 by a total of 8 points to get where they are now in the finals.
Okay, outside, in and out by Majewski, and taking down the rebound is McNamara for Hand. As Hand, who trailed 20-10 at the end of the first period, 34-31 at the half, is now out in front 48-44. Van Deventer with the basketball for Hand, pushes it up from 12, in and out, and rebound is taken down by Corbin of St. Paul. Over to Corbin. Up comes St. Paul. Corbin, number 10. Mark Noon, Islip on him, and there it is, the end of the third period with the score, Hand 48, St. Paul 44.
St. Paul's, in that third period, Hand outscored St. Paul 17-10. St. Paul's has been in the tough ones before. Madison has the height. Let's see what strategy Gary Palladino of St. Paul's uses against Bill Barker, the head coach of Hand.
Okay, the opening tap of the fourth and final period, controlled by Hand. Hand with a 4-point lead. Tipped out of bounds by St. Paul's Tom Corbin, their captain, the 6'2 senior. Van Deventer putting it in play for Hand. Over to Islip. Again, St. Paul stays in their zone. Driving in, though, banking it off, in and out. Rebound up by Farmer. Jeff Farmer. 9 points for Jeff Farmer of Hand, and 50-44 as Hand, coming into the game with a 19-5 record, goes out in front by 6, 50-44. Corbin with the basketball for St. Paul. Noon is guarded by Bobby Islip now. Farmer was on him. Mark Noon's shot is off the mark, and he is fouled by Islip of Hand.
That's one change that head coach Bill Barker did make. He had Jeff Farmer, the big guy, against Noon. Then when Noon started shooting over him, he decided to put the smaller but faster man, the guard, Bob Islip, on Noon. So the wheels are turning as far as Bill Barker, head coach of Hand, is concerned.
Okay, there's 7 minutes and 18 seconds left to play in this basketball game at the New Haven Coliseum, the M Division Championship game. Hand out in front 50-44. St. Paul putting the ball in play. Firing from the corner. Can't hit. Corbin, and we'll have a jump ball now between Jeff Farmer and Mark Noon. Been a tough battle all night between these two young men, two fierce competitors. Frank Oshenko comes into the St. Paul lineup now, the 6'1 junior wearing number 23. Oshenko shoots across the rim, no good. Islip goes up with Noon for the rebound. The ball goes out of bounds. Touched last by Hand. St. Paul will put it in play.
You know what's happened since Islip has been on Noon? That's given Freeze and Farmer a chance to concentrate on rebounding, and that's why Hand's been controlling the backboards.
The quickness of Bobby Islip is certainly showing here for Hand. Number 21, Bobby Islip. He's a senior, 5'10 senior. Majewski with the ball for St. Paul, number 11. Fires it up from 18, the side of the rim. Rebound shot is up. It's good by Noon, and he's fouled. Mark Noon hits on a shot. Mark McNamara, the 6'2 senior captain for Hand, picks up his first foul of the ball game. It's really remarkable considering the strong board game that he has been playing, McNamara. That's only his first foul. And Noon misses the foul shot for St. Paul. 50-46, Hand in front. Here comes Islip, drives over Corbin, misses the shot. McNamara retrieves for Hand, in and out. Freeze has the shot blocked by Mark Noon. Here's St. Paul. On the right side, Majewski. And Farmer picks up a foul. Jeff Farmer. That's his first foul of the ball game.
Well, there's a huddle at the top of the key. I guess
St. Paul.
They want to pass or something.
50-46. Hand in front by 4. St. Paul with the inbound pass. Almost broken up by Van Deventer. Majewski drives, bank, no good. Goes after the rebound, battles with Farmer, catches an elbow, and we're going to have a jump ball. Farmer was smart on that. He put his back to the referee so he couldn't see him.
Farmer has made all the difference in the world under the boards for Hand in the third and fourth quarter here.
Tough young man. Tap goes to St. Paul. Noon with the ball in the corner. Fires it up, no good. Rebound comes down. St. Paul tries again, blocked away. Now the rebound, no good. Fourth try, no good. Fifth try is up and good by Tom Kerbin. 5 tracks at the basket. 50-48 as St. Paul now trails Hand by 2. 6 minutes left to play here in this ball game. The M Division Championship at the New Haven Coliseum. Van Deventer's shot is good for Hand, and he's fouled. Oshenko picks up the foul, his first of the game. Look at that Hand cheering section. That's half the town of Madison over there.
Got about 6,000 people in the New Haven Veterans Memorial Coliseum right now, Dick, watching this ball game. They really are seeing quite an exciting ball game. And of course, right after this, South Catholic and Naugatuck battle out for the L Division Championship Finals at 9 o'clock tonight.
That's Oshenko's first personal foul.
And Deventer with a chance to complete a 3-point play. The 6'5" junior who averages 10 points a ball game has 10. He now has 11. 53-48 as Hand is out in front by 5. St. Paul having offensive troubles in the second half. Corbin passes it off, and we'll have a foul called against Hand High School. Bobby Islip, that's his 4th personal. That's a man that they cannot afford to lose if he picks up his 5th one, because there's 5 minutes and 44 seconds left in a nail-biter of a game. 53-48.
I have to assume Bill Barker is going to make a change and get Islip out of there with 5:44 left to go.
Frank Oshenko hits the first. 53-49 as St. Paul trails by 4. Oshenko, who averages 12 points a game. James Barry comes in the lineup now, number 45, replacing Bobby Islip. Oshenko hits on the second shot, 53-49. Hand out in front. Hand with the ball. Number 45 in that lineup for him, Jimmy Berry, just in. Van Deventer handling the ball now. St. Paul staying in their zone. Hand spreading it out. The 3-2 offense. Van Deventer in and out. Rebound battle on. Who comes down with it? St. Paul. Mark Noon. Lead pass. Twisting layup is good by Tom Kerbin, the captain for St. Paul. And now it's a 53-51 ball game with Hand in front by 2. Great game we're watching here tonight. CIC Championship Basketball, M Division, a steal by St. Paul. A chance to tie it. Shot no good. Good block on the play. Knocked out of bounds. Brendan Van Deventer with a great block. St. Paul will put the ball in. Corbin. Hand's lead, cut to 2. St. Paul's shot is blocked. That's Tom Kerbin. Good block. The ball goes out of bounds. Hand playing tough defense.
Really turned the whole game around. We said at the beginning of the game, Hand was not using their height nor their muscle. Now they definitely are, and are now leading by 2 points. Anybody's ball game with 4:48 to go.
Okay, Bobby Islip back in the lineup for Hand. Remember, he has 4 personal fouls. Corbin on him, number 10 for St. Paul. Islip. Van Deventer drives. Feeds the baseline, ball stolen away by Noon. Stolen back, and we'll have 2nd down and 6 on the 14-yard line, as we'll have really a jump ball between Van Deventer and Noon.
That's got to be the most embarrassing situation for a basketball player to be in, Dick. You really can't do a heck of a lot when you're on the court with that ball.
Van Deventer and Mark Noon. Tapped around, St. Paul controls the tap. Okay, driving that baseline. Fall away is good by Frank Oshenko. And we have a tie ball game at 53 all with 4:17 left. You know, this St. Paul ball club, they know they're not big. And we have a whistle call. Foul. Carl Majewski, that's his 3rd. As I was just going to tell you about St. Paul, they know they're not big. They know they need rebounding position. There you see Gary Palladino of St. Paul. So they work on jump balls and out-of-bounds plays, and you saw that to perfection on that last tap. They consider that such an important part of the ball game, that incidentals are important, and I guess it worked for them. 72-71 over Notre Dame or Bridgeport, 64-62 over Guilford to get to this championship game. On the line, Van Deventer with his foul shot is good. This young man has been just absolutely great in the second half and mainly responsible for the great comeback of Hand, the 6'5 junior. Misses on that second shot. He has 12 points. It's 54-53. Hand in front by 1. Mark Noon goes to the corner. Over in the corner, Majewski, number 11. Back out to Corbin. Corbin can't get it off. Noon now. Corbin lets fly and hits. Brian Corbin.
Wow, look at that bench. St. Paul's bench jumped about 10 feet in unison right off the floor that time.
55-54 St. Paul. Bobby Islett guarded by Corbin. Here he comes. Van Deventer drives, collides. We have what? Offensive foul called on Van Deventer. That's foul number 4.
Okay, you got to say that Hand is now getting in foul trouble. 3:35 to go. And trailing or leading by 1 point. Now you got Van Deventer with 4 fouls. You got Bobby Islett with 4 fouls. So now Bill Barker's got to make some decisions real quick, whether to take him out or leave him in.
Well, 3 minutes, 25 seconds left. Corbin now. Corbin and Corbin, remember. Mark Noon, St. Paul. Van Deventer with him. Corbin is loose. He shoots. He hits. 2 key hoops by Brian Corbin, a 5'9 junior for St. Paul. And it's a 3-point lead, 57-54. St. Paul of Bristol in front of Hand by 3. Short. Corbin with the rebound as McNamara missed a shot for Hand. I'll tell you, 6,000 people here in this Coliseum absolutely caught up in this game as timeout is called with the score. St. Paul 57, Hand of Madison 54.
Well, as you can see out there in Channel 8 land, the fans here are just loving it. We know you're enjoying it too. And it's great to have our first game for the Class M Championship in the CIAC Finals turning out this way, 57-54 on our scoreboard, 2:51 left to go. St. Paul's leading Hand. It's been a back-and-forth game. St. Paul brought his team to 16-8 record and brought them through the tournament with a 4-point spread, their biggest spread in winning one of their tournament games.
Okay, St. Paul with the basketball. 2 minutes, 48 seconds left to play. St. Paul leading by 3, 57-54. Mark Noon handling it now. Corbin. Bobby Islett guarding him. Corbin drives, passes off. Corner shot is good by John Majewski, his second field goal tonight. 59-54. It's a 5-point lead now for St. Paul. And with the ball, Bobby Islett. St. Paul staying in that zone. Whistle. Timeout called by Hand. Coach Bill Barker wants to talk it over again. They'll retreat to the bench, and there's Gary Palladino and his coaching staff from St. Paul. There's Hand coach Bill Barker with the yellow flower on a gold jacket. Right?
I saw him
watching in color.
Hand arrived a little late at the ball game tonight. I think that might have something to do, maybe their slow start also. Their bus didn't get here, Dick, till about 6:30.
Hey, Bob, it's just a great personal thrill for me to be able to be sitting down here with you in championship basketball back in New Haven, Connecticut, the Coliseum, a crowd of over 6,000 on hand, watching championship high school ball. I think it's just great. Hand with the ball. And shot. Bobby Islett was short. Van Deventer comes down with a rebound. He fires in the corner. He hits. Is it going to be good? Basket is good. And a foul is called on Hand. Van Deventer's basket is good. And Dave Freeze picks up his second foul of the game for Hand. So it's 59-56. St. Paul in front by 3. 2 minutes, 6 seconds left. Mark Noon of St. Paul on the foul line. He has in this ball game 26 points in a 1-and-1. Misses. Okay, Hand now. 2 minutes. We're under the 2-minute mark. Outside hit by McNamara, the captain. Mark McNamara with his 7th field goal. The 6'2 senior captain gives Hand. Pulls them to within 1 point, 59-58. St. Paul's lead cut to 1. Corbin handling for St. Paul. 1:35 left to play. Mark Noon. Oshenko takes the shot. Passes off. The shot is blocked and traveling is called on St. Paul. Okay. 1:30 left. And in the white uniform, trailing by 1. St. Paul in a full court press. Dropping back into that zone press. Okay. Steal by St. Paul. Kervin, the captain, palming the ball called. And on the turnover, Hand will get the basketball. 1:19 left to play in the M Division Championship game here at the New Haven Coliseum. 59-58. St. Paul in the dark blue uniforms out in front by 1. Hand with the basketball, trailing by that point. McNamara fires in that corner. No good. Freeze battles for the rebound. He is fouled by St. Paul's Frank Oshenko. Dave Freeze, the 6'6 senior, will go to the foul line. Forehand of Madison, where he is 6 for 6 on the line tonight. David Freeze, 6 for 6 on the foul line tonight.
Well,
the chance now to tie it.
I was going to say, throughout that 6-6, these 6,000 people yelling. Let's see what kind of gumption this young man is made of. This is real tough pressure.
There it is. It's tied at 59. And now the same Dave Freeze. If he makes it 8 for 8 from the line tonight, will put his team Hand out in front. He does. Incredible pressure shooting by Dave Freeze of Hand High School. Hand leading 60-59. 1:03 left to play as St. Paul decides they want to call timeout. Okay. Oh, the momentum and the enthusiasm in the stands, on the benches. That's the Hand side of the Coliseum tonight.
You know, we have to point out that this game is as close as it can possibly be. Just 1 point separating both.
All started a year ago, so it's a veteran ball club, but it's St. Paul with the basketball. Under a minute left to play. 60-59. Hand in front by 1. Mark Noon with the ball. Shoots. He hits. Mark Noon for St. Paul, and he is fouled by Islip. That's Islip's 5th. Mark Noon with a clutch basket. Bobby Islip fouls out and should get a standing ovation from this crowd. I'll tell you, what a basketball player. That 5'10 senior from Hand High School in Madison.
Well, you know, talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone. There you go, taking the lead. Your big gun takes the lead, and also you take a player out of that ball game. Bob Islip fouls out on the same play.
Yep, there you see Bill Barker, the Hand coach. And he's talking to Terry Cassell, the 5'10 sophomore.
Let's say this, Cassell has got to take up that slack. Islip, the playmaker. Islip, the guy who's staying with Mark Noon. Now Cassell, what he does in the next 54 seconds could determine the outcome for the ball game as far as Hand is concerned.
61-60. St. Paul is in front by 1. Mark Noon can make it 2. He does. Mark Noon, who has put on some offensive show here tonight. Cassell coming up court.
Here's a kid with the pressure, Terry Cassell. He's got to pick up the slack for Islip. Let's see what he does.
45 seconds left to play. McNamara, he hits. Mark McNamara. It's tied at 62. 37 seconds left to play. St. Paul with the basketball. A 62-62 game. And St. Paul has called timeout. Quick and Naugatuck at 9 o'clock.
Just one quick reminder, don't forget, St. Paul's has 1 by 1, 1 by 4, 1 by 1, 1 by 2 in tournament play. They are used to this kind of pressure. That could also be a determining factor.
Watch Oshenko or Noon. They have won games with last-second shots. The inbound pass is broken up by McNamara, but touched last by him of Hand, so the ball will remain with St. Paul. Okay, the clock is still not started. Noon trying to get it in. He does. He gets the inbound pass into Majewski. 30 seconds left to play. Remember, this is 62 all. Mark Noon comes way outside. 24 seconds. St. Paul going to play for that last shot. 20 seconds, unless Hand will make the steal. Outside. Kervin, 21. 15 seconds. St. Paul is going to go for all the marbles with the last shot. 12 seconds, and they call timeout. Wow. This court elated, and somebody else is going to go off with tears in their eyes because it's been a great effort by both sides. St. Paul's inbound pass. Corbin across midcourt. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. No good. There's the buzzer. We're going to go in overtime. It's 62 all.
Here is something to watch, Dick, in this overtime period. 1-on-1 situation does last. St. Paul's in the blue has only one timeout left. One timeout left. Hand has 3 timeouts left. So let us see what happens.
Okay, it'll be Van Demeter in white jumping for Hand High School against Tom Kerbin. 6'5" against 6'2". And the tap is controlled by St. Paul as it's off on a steal. And he steps out of bounds. No, foul is called on John Majewski, who reached out and caught a wrist. That's his 4th foul.
That was Majewski's 4th personal foul. 4 on Majewski.
2 minutes and 56 seconds left in the overtime. A tie ball game, 62-62. As only 4 seconds has gone by in this overtime. Hand and St. Paul putting on a great performance here at the Coliseum tonight. Jeff Farmer with a basketball. For Hand. St. Paul in their zone. Van Demeter. He's been tough off the boards and offensively for Hand tonight. Castle in there, 44. Remember, replacing Bobby Islip, who fouled out. Castle, a sophomore. And it's a hook shot by Dave Freese. 20 points for Dave Freese, and it puts Hand out in front. 64-62. St. Paul coming up court now as Hand picks up in the backcourt. Mark Noon takes it across. Noon fires from the foul line, and he hits.
Well, Noon was awfully cold that third and fourth quarter. He may be coming on right now. Really, really beautiful play, beautiful ball handling by Mark Noon.
64 all as Van Demeter misses the shot. Look at the rebounding. McNamara misses. Freeze with the rebound, no good. Van Demeter misses for Hand. The ball goes out of bounds. And it's St. Paul basketball.
Oh, boy, that's going to make a guy like Bill Barker very upset. That height into the basket. Hand had 3-4 shots at it, couldn't put it in.
64 all. A minute 53 left. Noon with the ball. To Corbin. Corbin lets go from 18. It's good. Corbin of St. Paul, and he's fouled by Farmer. Brian Corbin fouled by Jeff Farmer. That's Farmer's 2nd foul. And Noon goes to the foul line with St. Paul leading 66-64. Mark Noon is 3 for 5 from the foul line tonight. He has 31 points, now has 32. And Mark Noon puts St. Paul out in front by 3. And Noon hits again. Clutch shooting. 33 points by Mark Noon. Terry Castle with the ball for Madison. Madison Hand is trailing 68-64 with a minute 36 left. Van Demeter with the basketball for Hand. Corbin on Cassell. Off the mark. Oshenko can't control the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It'll be handball with Farmer putting it in play. A minute 28 showing on the clock left in the overtime. M Division Championship at stake. Missing with the shot was McNamara, but comes back out and Kessel has it for Hand. A minute 18. Outside. Drops through. McNamara, the captain of Hand, 68-66. St. Paul's lead is cut to 2. A minute 4 seconds left in the ball game. And timeout has been called by St. Paul. Leads by 2, 68-66. The game was tied at 62 all. And now we have a minute and 3 seconds left in the overtime, as you see on the screen.
Well, Dick, I'll have to repeat what I said earlier. It's still Terry Cassell's ball game as far as being in the driver's seat for Hand High School. Hand is having a hard time under the board suddenly as far as controlling the backboard. They've got the height, but they've also got Bob Islip out of there, their 5'10" guard. So Cassell still with the pressure. And with the score, 68-66, 103 left in this M Division final.
Night here at the Coliseum. This M Division Championship game. Okay, is St. Paul content to hang on to the 2 points? We'll see. Oshenko handling. Majewski. Hand coming out, double teaming, and we have a foul called. McNamara fouls for Hand. As Farmer hits the deck there, you can see him picking himself up. This great athlete from Hand High School who is Boston College bound.
That time McNamara had no choice. He had to commit the foul. You could see Bill Barker, the hand coach, saying, okay, foul him, because it looked like that the St. Paul's, with a 2-point lead, 36 seconds left to go, content to sit on that lead.
Majewski hits, and it's a 3-point lead now for St. Paul of Bristol. Another clutch free throw by the 6-foot junior. And misses the second. Freeze hauls down. Cassell, 32 seconds. 69-66. St. Paul in front by 3. Cassell with the ball for Hand. McNamara on the outside. Off balance shot, no good. Rebound shot, no good. Farmer up with the next rebound, no good. Next one is tapped in, I believe, by McNamara. The captain, now Hand trails by 1. 69-68. 11 seconds. 10 seconds. St. Paul leads by 1 in the overtime. Majewski with the ball. Everybody, 3 seconds. What do we have? Foul is called. Van Deventer for Hand committed the foul. That's his 5th of the ball game.
Van Deventer's 5th personal foul by Van Deventer.
And he has scored 14 points tonight. I want to tell you, I was really impressed with that young man. Number 53, Brendan Van Deventer, 6'5" junior for Hand High School. That young man played his heart out tonight. Off the boards, got the points, clutch ones. We'll be back in just a moment.
Brendan Van Deventer scored 14.
Heart machine broke down.
What do you got?
Dump that spot. Can't hold up this time. 3 seconds in overtime. Okay, here we are. Back to the final 3 seconds in this overtime period. St. Paul of Bristol with a 1-point lead over Hand of Madison, 69-68. The score was tied at 62-all at the end of regulation play. And on the foul line, John Majewski, a 6-foot junior for St. Paul. As Brendan Van Deventer fouled out for Hand of Madison, had to foul with a crack to get at the ball as St. Paul was going to run the clock down anyway.
All Hand can do now, hope that Majewski misses, get the rebound, call a quick timeout.
Majewski hits, however, and that should do it. 70-68. If he does this, it's ice for sure. And he does. Majewski. What clutch foul shooting. 71-68. 2 seconds. Timeout called by Hand. But it's a 3-point lead that St. Paul of Bristol has over Hand of Madison. 2 seconds remaining in the overtime, and 6,000 people going wild in the Coliseum. We'll be back in a moment. And Jeff Farmer will put the ball in play for Hand of Madison. The clock will start when it touches somebody. Inbound pass to McNamara, 1 second. And basket was good by McNamara, but it doesn't mean anything as St. Paul has won the M Division Championship 71-70 in overtime.
Wow, look at that. Looks like they're fighting each other. Fantastic. And what a finish. What a finish. Those guys are all on the same team.
Fantastic performance. Well, it was just great on both sides, but an incredible performance. Listen to this crowd. Look at this crowd, and that's the South Catholic and Naugatuck crowd that'll be playing at 9 o'clock here on Channel 8. But I'll tell you, one incredible Scholastic Championship basketball game we have seen here tonight. Okay, there's the victorious captain, Tom Kerbin, cutting down the nets. Remember, we'll be back at 9 o'clock for the South Catholic Naugatuck L Division Championship game. And this is Dick Gallaudet for Bob Norman saying be back with us at 9.